So I used to have this friend in America when I lived over there, and he was an interesting character. He was quite a fiery one. And what used to happen to this guy is he'd always injure himself. I found this very interesting. Like it would be every couple of weeks, every month, he'd be in the hospital. He'd fracture his wrist. He'd be in a car crash. He'd be, like something would crazy would go on with his digestion. Sometimes this was him doing a stupid, clumsy thing. Sometimes it would just seem to happen, right? And it was just like, holy shit! Like how, like there was literally points when you're like, how are you not dead, man? It's crazy. And it's just interesting that the same things keep happening over and over again to the same people. And you might notice this in your life. Perhaps you have a friend that's always single and they always seem to attract the same type of person and the same kind of thing keeps happening, right? Or you have that same person who's always in a relationship and they always keep attracting the same type of relationship. They go for 5 years and then they're out of it and then they're back into another one for 5 years. Similar kind of person. And then on the darker side of that, you got the abusive relationships that people always seem to end up in. Well, why do these things keep happening? Why do the same things happen to the same people? And there's two ways to think about it, but perhaps they're actually the same way. So, you have this kind of metaphysical idea that there's this law of attraction going on, right? But there's also been a lot of deep diving in the past years into understanding the brain and the subconscious and the reticular activation system, right? You seek out what you are, essentially. And a lot of the time that's happening on the unconscious or the subconscious level, right? We're seeking out what we believe we're worthy of. Perhaps you have certain ceilings in your business that you hit and you just can't seem to break through them for whatever reason. You get to this level and then something happens. Maybe it's a bit of sabotage or maybe just something happens and for whatever reason you can't get past that barrier. So there's an interesting idea in how to grow as an entrepreneur. And it's this approach called the law of two, right? Now, the law of two states that when you see something happen in your world, in your business life, 2 times, a similar circumstance, it's a sign that you should not be looking at it as the external event. You should be looking in, thinking, why is that event happening now? So if you keep getting the same objection on a sales call, if you keep having people say, I can't commit to this right now, you have to look at, am I committing right now in my life in different areas? I can't afford this right now. Are you investing in yourself right now? I don't have time for this right now. Are you giving time to the people that are close to you in your life right now? So it's very important that, you've just signed up, right, to the entrepreneurial path. And it's chaos and everything gets thrown at you and it's a tough road. It's a beautiful path. But if you want to excel, you have to be the type that's committed to the growth, that's committed to doing the hard work, doing the deep work, looking within, right? Making sure that you're constantly growing and constantly evolving and constantly riding with the waves of life and trying not to always fight against everything. And when you can step onto that path, when you can get into the flow and you can start embracing hardship and challenge and seeing them as signposts, right? Signposts to look within and figure out your own stuff so you can keep growing and evolving and moving forward, then they're all actually a blessing because they're all making you stronger. They're all moving you more in alignment with your overall mission, right, in life. Bringing you closer to the things that you really came here to do. So that's the law too. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and enjoy the ride.